Every time I would hear A2A deals or A2A flips mentioned, I would literally just laugh. I thought that's not a business model. Buying from Amazon and then reselling on Amazon and trying to turn a profit, how are you going to make money? There are referral fees, fulfillment fees, inbound fees. I thought it was total BS and it was a joke. One of the community members kept telling me though he's making money by using Keepa and Astro together. He's really streamlining the process and finding products real fast and making money. So I decided to give it a try. I experimented and the products that I found were absolutely ridiculous. I was not expecting to find so many profitable products in such a short time frame. So let's jump into it and let me show you how I did it. This sourcing method starts on Keepa's website. So you want to click on data and then product finder. Here, of course, you can filter out all the undesirable ASINs and only focus on the ones that make sense. Now, I do want to preface something. The sourcing method isn't about buying an ASIN and then reselling on that same ASIN. In my opinion, that's just gambling because you're hoping that the price will go up in the future, and that's not a given. You don't know if the price is going to go up or down, if more sellers are going to come on. You need to make data-driven decisions. You need to know what's going on before you buy and resell the product. This sourcing method is a bit different. You're looking for an ASIN and you're buying that ASIN, but you're going to use its product code, its UPC, to find other ASINs that are profitable. Products with proven sales that you know sell X amount of units every month. You'll know how many you can buy and you can resell them and get proven profit. So let's jump into it. Let's start applying some of these filters. I'm going to ignore the first row, the sales rank row entirely. The one I'm going to focus most on is the buy box row. Now I'm going to put a minimum buy box price of $12. Now the reason why I'm doing this is because there's more profit in higher ticket goods. If you go for the very, very cheap stuff, the profit is much less. And this whole sourcing method works best when you find products that sell kind of fast, but are moderately priced, but you can resell them on slow moving ASINs with much higher profit. That's the way this sourcing method works. Now, the most important filter that we're going to apply is the 7-day drop. I'm going to put 25% there. So what does this mean? It means that in the last 7 days, the buy box has dropped over 25%. So if the price was $100, it would be less than 75 now. Now you can use any variations you want of this. You can put 20%, you can put 30%, you can put 10%, whatever you want. I'm going to use 25%. This is just a guideline of what you can do and how you can use this. The reason why I'm not doing the 1-day drop or the 30-day drop in buy box price is because it's not that indicative of a serious price change. Well, the 30-day, of course, is indicative, but that also means it's a new trend. But the 1-day drop is not enough data for you to know. Remember, we're trying to make data-driven decisions. We're trying to make smart decisions that are going to lead to profit. The next stat we're going to look at is the total offers. We want to see products that have a lot of offers. We want to see people fighting over the buy box, trying to undercut each other and constantly dropping the price. So that's why over here in total offers, just over here, I'm going to put 15. So I want to see more than 15 offers on all these ASINs where they're really fighting for the buy box and they're constantly dropping the price. So now we have 8,000 products that meet this criteria. Next, we're going to start focusing on certain categories. So here in root categories, I'm going to start typing in some of the categories we want. So I'm going to focus on, let's say, tools and home improvement. So there's only 69 products that meet this criteria. Let's add a few more categories. I'm going to do automotive. Let's go for home and kitchen, office products, patio and lawn. Let's also do some toys. That's 400 right now, 448. What else can we do? And let's also do industrial and scientific. Okay, so these are the ones that we're going to focus on. All right, let's go ahead and click on Find Products. Great, these are the results. We want to change this to 500 or whatever amount we have. We have less than 500 results, so we're going to change that to 500. Cool. Next, these are the results. We're going to export this list. So what you want to do on the Excel spreadsheet is you want to create a new sheet first and move that into the first one right there. Now we want to copy some data points across. Now the ones that we want to copy are these columns, title and ASIN. So if you can't find it, just Control F and look for title and ASIN. And the next one is the UPC code and the buy box current. So we have the buy box current, I believe is right there. I'm going to copy this as well, the entire row or the entire column, sorry. And the next one is the UPC, which is right there, product codes. All right, great. So I'm going to copy that as well right there. Now, one annoying thing that happens when you do this is a lot of ASINs have many UPC codes that they're associated with. So if I just double click here and open that up, you can see this ASIN here, for example, it has 2 UPCs associated with it. This one here has 3. There are some that have much more. Like for example, this one has many. And this one here, all these have a lot as well. What you can do in this scenario is basically you can create 2 rows. You can insert 2 rows just beneath that. And you can cut these out and just paste them below. Probably want to delete the commas because the commas will hurt your scanning. So you want to delete them. Now, you also want to maintain the same pricing and product just there as well. So you want to do this if you want to consider all the products that are available. I'm going to go ahead and do all these off camera and I'll be back in a moment. So I'm done with the UPC codes. Now I've removed all the rows that had no UPCs. The reason why we kept the ASIN's original title and the actual original ASIN that we found it from is so we can have something to compare it to. You'll see in a moment because it will help us confirm that the product's correct or not. So I'm going to go ahead and save this and now I'm going to upload this to Astro. Okay, so we're on Astro now. I'm going to add a new price list. I'm going to call it Demo A2A. Let's just go ahead and save that. And then let's upload these ASINs or these UPCs to Astro. Okay, so we're not going to use the ASIN, we're going to use the UPC codes to find all these products. So UPC, in price, we're going to use the buy box current. For the item number, we can use the ASIN, and the description, we can use the title. Now, it's very important we have these in there because that's how we confirm if the product's correct or not. Let's go ahead and import that. Products that are unprofitable, that's a certainty that it's the same ASIN that we were looking at originally. So we can just go ahead and delete all the products that have no profit. So I'm going to go to filters. I'm going to click on profit. And I'm going to tell it, show me products that have less than $1 worth of profit. And we can just go ahead and delete all those. So there are 454 products without profit. That means the remaining have profit, which this is where it starts getting really, really interesting. So let's go ahead and delete all these. We're deleting all these 454 products. Now let's remove the filters. Let's also apply a filter for the ROI and maybe even the dollar amount. So let's say ROI more than 30%. And let's also say profit more than $5. Okay, let's apply those filters. Now, I do see that there are a few that have IP issues. Now, if you're going to go and sell a product with an IP issue, that's up to you. That's your prerogative. But let's start checking out some of these and see if they're actually good things to buy. So the reason why we added the original ASIN's title and description is so we can compare the two. So now notice that we found this product using this ASIN here in the supplier details, and that is the description or the title on Amazon. So we're going to be buying this ASIN and selling it against this ASIN. So you need to confirm that they're the right product. So I'm just going to check out the name. So National Text Hide Series Record Book Black 10x8x300. Okay, is it the same one? So very important. 300, I see that's 300 pages. I actually see the code right there, 56231. It looks like it's the same product. Now notice that we'll buy this ASIN here ending N87F0 for $20.91, and we can actually sell it for $44.50 against this other ASIN. Now we've confirmed that it's the right product. Let's do a bit of a deeper dive into this specific ASIN. Now it's dominated by FBM sellers. Real good. I like when other ASINs like this that are not hazmat are dominated by FBM sellers. It's a real good indicator. Now, in terms of drops, we're looking at 3 drops per month. It doesn't drop that many times, but there is, that's 3 sales per month. So we can potentially sell 3 of these every single month and make $30 worth of profit. So this one's okay. It's moderate. It's not as if it's going to make you a ton of money, but there is a bit of opportunity in this one. So, and here are all the sales and all the sellers. We can see all this type of data. There's the chart. We can see the break-even line is running right through the middle here. It doesn't have there haven't been any instances where the buy box has dropped below the break-even. So it's been a very safe product. It's got verified sales. You can see all those sales drops. You can see that it sells in a certain amount of volume. Not crazy, but it does sell. You could considerably drop the price a bit and sell it at higher volume if that was something that you were interested in. So this is another real good deal. Okay, let's look at some of the more profitable ones. Let's look at the ones that have a lot of profit. So we're filtering, or we're sorting by profit. Let's check out this first one. Okay, so this one here, for example, let's go ahead and click on this. Now there is a bit of an Amazon presence on this one, but they haven't really been dominating the buy box from what I'm seeing at the moment. So that's another very important factor. We see that this person here, Homestead Supply and More, is the person that's in the buy box. Okay, good. And they're listed at $414, and we buy this one at $62. It's just ridiculous. Sells how many units a month? 16 units per month. Let's say we just bought 4 of them. We can make $839 from this ASIN alone. Of course, you've got to confirm that it's the right product, but we're talking about some ridiculous profit. Now, we could technically buy more than 16 units and they might sell, but I wouldn't go too heavy on an ASIN like this because Amazon is on this listing. So I probably would just buy maybe 8 units, but we're talking about so being worth it. Look at that profit. That's just ridiculous. So you can see all these opportunities that I found in just a few minutes, how fast you can find these A2A flips. And you could have used any variation that you wanted within the Keepa search. You can use any different variation and find so many deals. There are a ridiculous amount of deals. I'll go ahead and create a purchase order for you guys, show you how you can do this with Astro and how fast it can actually be. So firstly, I'll definitely remove all the products that have alerts like an IP alert. I don't want to sell against any products that might risk my account. So I'm going to go ahead and say IP alerts. There are 3 levels of IP alerts in Astro. It's high, medium, and low. High is red, medium is orange, low is yellow. So I want to remove all of them. So I want to say show me products that have less than low. So I'm going to apply that filter. So now we're looking at 12 products only. Great. So I'm going to go ahead and select all these 12 products and I'm going to send them to a shortlist. I'm going to call it A2A deals. I'm going to create the shortlist and then just send these products there. Let's head over to the shortlist and see how many units we're going to buy of each one. Okay, so I'm just in the shortlist section now. Let's go ahead and enter that shortlist we just created and added those ASINs to, and let's see how many units we can buy of each one, confirm that they're the right product, and see what type of order we can come up with. We can buy from Amazon and then resell them on Amazon against these different ASINs. So the first one here, it's a book. I saw this one earlier. We confirmed that's the right one. We see it's the same product code. Let's see how many units it sells. It sells, just hovering over here, I can see that it sells 3 units a month. Not really a high seller. There are 23 FBM sellers. Very funny. They're all FBM sellers. Okay, that means that we can come in and pretty much sell at $44.50 and dominate this one. So I'm going to go ahead and just type in 3 right there. So we're ordering 3 of those. Next is this one here, the one that we saw originally at with a crazy profit. If I remember correctly, again, it's got the same product code. It looks like the same product. And from what I remember, it sold how many units? 16 units a month. Maybe not go too heavy on a product like this. You don't know what's going on. So maybe just buy 8 units. Next, let's see this one. So again, it helps to look at the code. So this one this one is called MOOG RK641841. It looks like it's the same product, suspension control arm relower, whatever that means. Now, let's go ahead and see how many units it sells. It doesn't sell too many units, only 2 units a month. Okay, cool. So Amazon is one of the sellers on this ASIN. I can see that they're in the buy box. If I was going to buy this, I wouldn't buy many. I'll probably just buy 1 unit because it doesn't have many drops per month. It doesn't look like it sells in very high volume, and Amazon's also on the listing. So it's a bit of a risky one. Let's check out the next one. Rubbermaid. Now this one here, I wouldn't really mess with this one, because this has the ASIN that we're going to be selling again. Now, the title is very descriptive, whereas the product we're going to be buying barely has anything. Pad wet microfiber. It doesn't even say much. So I'm going to be removing this one from the list. Next, let's check out this one. Norton Sandpaper 3 times 80. Okay, so there's 3 of these. So that's why this one might appear so profitable, because there's 3 of this, because there's 3 times 80, whatever, blah, blah, blah. 9 inches. All right, so the product's the right one, but it seems that the one that we're going to be selling it or going to be buying is actually a 3-pack, which is quite interesting. So technically, this one, I was going to think it was the opposite way, where we're buying a 1-pack and we're going to be selling against a 3-pack, but it looks like we're buying a 3-pack and we're going to be selling against a 1-pack. So that's actually how much cheaper. So this one here, instead of it being $14.69, it's actually $14.69 divided by 3, given that data. So this one's even more profitable. So what's $14.69 divided by 3? $4.89. Let's just say $4.90. So this one's even more profitable than what we expected, because again, we're selling a 1-pack. Let's just confirm that the products are, let's just look at the product description, confirm that it's actually a 1-pack that we're going to be selling against and not buying against. So I don't see anything showing me that it's a multi-pack. It seems like it's a 1-pack. So technically this product's cost is $4.90. So that just makes it that much more profitable. Now, in terms of sales, how many units does it sell every month? It's got 14 drops. It doesn't sell too many units, but 14 is a lot. 14 times $17.48 is a lot. Let's see how many FBA sellers there are. There's one FBA seller. Let's just go ahead and open this up again and check out all these data points. So there's one FBA seller at $24.95. You know what? That's probably our competitor, not the other guys at $33.85. I'm not too sure why this person's getting the buy box at the moment, where this seller is clearly a better choice. Oh, we can see that the delivery date is much further into the future. This one here is October the 15th, and this one here is October the 30th. So that's why Mega Mart is winning the buy box over Plex Supply in this scenario. So let's just say we're not going to list it at $33.95. Let's just say we're going to list it at $27. Still, it's going to be, or not 273, my bad, $27. Still, it's going to be quite profitable, $11.66 per unit, and there we can get pretty much 14 sales. Let's just say we're going to buy 12 of these. Next, we have this. This is a multi-pack. So so this is the scenario that I was mentioning earlier. So we're buying 1 unit from the original ASIN, and we're going to be selling it as a 4-pack. So we need to tell Astro that it's a 4-pack. Now, is it going to be still profitable as a 4-pack? Let's see. No, it's not. So we're going to remove this from our list. Same deal with this one, but this is a 2-pack. Let's go ahead and check out this 2-pack. Is it profitable as a 2-pack? Let's just confirm the original ASIN that we're going to buy is a 1-pack. Yes, it is. Okay, so let's make this a 2-pack and see if there's still profit in it. Nope, no profit. We're removing this one. Climber CM291, Climber CM291, to confirm that it's the right product. Kind of looks right from the title and the description alone. It looks like it's a correct product. Let's go ahead and see how many units it sells. Only 1 unit a month, 14 units a year. So it's not a very high seller. Maybe you can buy 2 months worth of this one. It costs $16.98. Not very expensive. Maybe we can buy 6 units, probably take a half a year to sell off. But I can see that's got 104% ROI. So it might be worth buying a bit more than 1 month's worth. Maybe I might buy 6 units because it's not too expensive either. But by that same token, the previous one, we only bought 12, where we can actually buy much more. It has 14 drops in a month. So if we wanted to buy 2 months worth, we might as well buy, let's say we buy 36 units, so that might sell off in 3 months. So let's buy 36 of these. Valvoline, we didn't get any product titles or anything like that from this product. So we might as well just remove this one from the list. We don't even have a price. So let's just remove this one. So this is the order we've come up with. In just 5-10 minutes of work, we've found $902 worth of goods, which will actually generate $2,280 worth of profit. Ridiculous. Just absolutely ridiculous. Now, next, I'm going to have to head over to all these ASINs here and see what price I can actually buy them at, if I can have any special discounts with my business account. I need to check all that out, see if the prices make sense and they actually equate to this, and then I can actually sell them against those other ASINs for a profit. Let's go ahead and do that. So A2A flips is actually quite interesting. I never expected to find so many profitable products or products with such high profit from A2A flips. I just never considered it. There's so many opportunities when selling on Amazon. I like this model. I also like selling against slow moving ASINs. There's a lot of products against slow moving ASINs. They're not being really considered by a lot of people. Slow movers actually have a lot of profit. You just got to string them all together, and there are so many more of them. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a like and a subscribe. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. If you want to have access to me and the community, come to the Telegram group. And if you want to get access to Astro, you can find that in the description below, or you can join the Telegram community if you want to get a discount. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.